Is Anjali Urk22Cs1049. In this video, I'll be explaining my project, a local e-commerce chatbot built using Python, Radio, and Olama. It uses a sample Amazon sales dataset for this project to be built. Hence, the step 1, installing the required libraries. So before starting, we install the three main packages, that is Gradio, Pandas and Olama. Gradio for creating a web interface, Pandas for handling sales dataset, Olama for to connect with our local AI model. And make sure Olama is installed and running in the separate terminal. So the step 2, to install, import required modules. All these three required Python modules. Pandas, import Pandas as PD is used for data manipulation. Import Olama for chatting with the local AI model. And Gradio, import Gradio as GR for creating a user-friendly web interface. And the step 3 is to load and clean the dataset. Here, firstly, we load our Amazon sales report.csv file into a pandas data frame, and we remove unnecessary columns like unnamed 22 that often appears when exporting the Excel. We clean up. We clean up the column names, converting into the lowercase and removing spaces and hyphens for consistent access in our code. And here we convert data's dates properly into the required format, date time format, replacing the text fields like courier status, currency, and amount, handling numerical and postal code data correctly, and here filling the fulfillment missing values. So this cleaning step ensures smooth processing later. And the step 4 is creating a data preview. Before chatting, we create a sample context for the AI model. Here we take a sample 5 first rows, that is head of 5, from the key columns like order ID, status, courier status, ship city, ship state, and amount are the key columns I am using. So this mini snapshot helps the model answer the user queries using real data examples from the given produced dataset. And the step 5, define the chat function. This function, this is like chat with boot is the function which acts as a bridge between the user and the input AI model. Here it builds a prompt with a system instruction and user context query along with a sample context. Here this prompt plays an important role. Then it sends then it sends this prompt to the Olama. Here message is equals to prompt which was been gathered from here, and it sends to Olama for processing. Finally, it returns an AI response. That is the response here. This response is handled by message and content, which is stored in the reply, and it is written. If there was something goes wrong, there will be an error message, which was handled by an exception handling. And the step 6 is testing Olama connection. Before launching our UI, we firstly need to quickly test if the Olama model is running correctly or not. So for that, we'll get a message Olama connection is successful if the connection is successful. For that is the Olama.chart model. If the connection fails, it goes into the exception, and here we'll receive an error message. This simple check saves time for later use, and here successfully connection was established. Hence it went into the try catch, try, and it prints an Olama connection is successful. And the step 4 is build the Gradio interface. This is the main part of the UI interface. Now we design our interactive chat interface using this Gradio blocks. Gradio blocks help us to design the interactive chat interface. This header section, where it has a title e-commerce chat assistant and the descriptions like ask questions about the sales, order status, and revenue insights. And there was a chat window, and this chat window displays conversation between the user and the chatbot. The text box Here there was a text box which allows users to type their queries. The clear button, whenever we clicks, it resets the chat history. And here the response function. This connects user input with the chat with boot function, sending the message to the model and showing the response reply like a boot message and storing it into the history, and we are accessing the history. And finally, demo.launchoff opens the web app in the user browser. The actual user browser is the local host. So let's the step 8 to run and test this application. So when we click on the URL, so we'll go and we will launch. Here we can see a clean chat interface where we can type here a natural questions. Let's give a question like how many orders are pending. And the model responds with the answers based on the CSV file data which we provided. Thank you.